What's going on, America? This is Kevin in Kevin's Corner, trying to make some sense out of this nonsense. And you know what's nonsense to me? That Nancy Pelosi and some of the Democrats are trying to defend Ilhan Omar. I mean, at some point you got to cut your losses. I mean, if you had a pit bull that kept trying to bite people or was biting people, and you keep making excuses for it, at some point the pit bull is not the problem. Problem's you. I mean, I know he's growling at you, but he's really smiling. That's what it is. Oh, you know what? When he nibbled on your leg, those were love nibbles. That's all they were. They were love nibbles. You know what? When he jumped up and pawed you, he was showing you love. That's how he loved. He's very friendly. He likes to jump on people, knock them down, and kind of give them like those little hickeys. But when he does it somewhat hard to where your jugular gets punctured, and then you just squirt out. But he didn't mean it. He didn't mean it. And that's exactly what they're doing with Ilhan Omar concerning her anti-Semitic rhetoric. Okay, so now the Democratic Party, who is supposed to be the champions of all of this, everybody needs to be heard and inclusive, women, the Jews. We're trying to include everybody as a victim. So now we got to defend everybody. And see, this is the problem. When you're fighting a war on too many fronts, when you declare everybody but upper class, rich, white men are victims, now how do you defend it when somebody in your own crew decides to offend one of the so-called victim groups? Now, the Jews are doing very well, but the history of what happened to them and making sure that never happens again needs to be protected, starting with the Jews, which in their own party was like, yo, man. See, they're trying to now redirect it, make it seem like it's the Republicans and all the rhetoric coming out of the White House. You know, you got that one guy, I forget his name. He's like, well, you know what? They can't say anything to us. All the hate words are coming out of the White House and all of that stuff. I said, oh, so that's a classic example of misplaced blame. Yeah, so you're going to redirect the attention from what she said and did to now President Trump and overlook the fact that many members of your own party is mad about this. They're upset. They're like, yo, we need to do something. So then their tactic is, you know what? We got to be careful because we don't want to upset the Muslims either. Yeah, we don't want them getting mad at us. We've been trying to make sure that we're a Muslim-friendly country for the last 10 years maybe. And then all of Europe too. We don't want to get them upset. We don't want to say, radical Islam, none of that. We don't want to do that. So let's be careful of how we handle this. Also, we got to take in consideration she's a woman, okay? All she has to do is just say you're attacking me because I'm a woman or something like that. And then we're in trouble again because they're also a victimized group as well. And then, not to mention, she's a woman of color. So if she says it's because I'm a black woman of color and a Muslim, now she's a triple minority. So we got to tread lightly. You know how we can solve this? Let's include a lot of other stuff to water down to where you don't even recall what the real issue was that started this. So now the resolution they're supposed to be making on Capitol Hill was supposed to be about anti-Semitic rhetoric, and they don't want to mention Omar in here. They don't want to do that. They don't want to just keep it focused on that. Now it's also including other stuff. Oh yeah, anti-Muslim rhetoric, anti-gay and lesbian. We're just going to throw a whole bunch of stuff in there, make it a smorgasbord, and then roll it out so she don't feel like we were addressing her. That's not good enough, okay? We're not sitting here comparing, well, you know what? We deal with situations when they pop up. Right now, this one popped up, and all the Democrats are going, how do we handle it? But then you got something that goes so far as to actually run interference for. Now, last night on my show, I talked about the three Pop-Tarts, the three stooges that came out and is making it even tougher for the Democratic Party to look like they have any sanity left in their party. So you got Alexandria Cortez coming to her rescue. I expect that, okay? All right, all three of them are just straight radicals. Then you got Tlaib coming to the rescue. Oh, she's a civil rights activist. She's brave. Yeah. So those three, okay, I expected that. But then you get Nancy, who gets questioned about it today, and here she is talking about I don't believe that she knew the weight of her words. Yeah, almost like I am having a hard time believing myself as I'm saying this. And I'm sure everybody else, they're looking at me going, bull crap, but I got to run interference because right now it's too hot. These three that done just straight up kidnapped our whole party. They're too popular, too much stuff circling around them. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I got to look out for all of these people. So now what does she do? She doesn't know the weight. Now, look at all of what she's saying. Are you woman-splaining? Huh? What are you doing? Are you sitting back there trying to tell us that she is a child and don't know what she was saying? I can see if it was the first time, this is the third time. And now what you're doing is belittling her intelligence. You're belittling, her opinion, because now you're saying, I'm going to translate what she really said. I'm going to make an excuse to run interference. Yeah, she didn't know. She's only a freshman. The woman's in her mid-30s. And I'm thinking, this didn't just start when she got elected to Congress. Let's go ahead and read what she said back in the day, y'all. See, this is where you're able to tell how deep the hatred goes, okay? When you're not in Congress, you don't have to watch your words. There's no microphones. There's no people following you around. Excuse me? What did you mean by that? No, this right here is the real raw data, the uncut hatred. Look what she says about this. Okay, she's talking about the Jews. Okay, she says Israel has hypnotized the world. Now that's not policy. I mean, last I checked, there's no policy about hypnotism. Hey, you know how we're going to go ahead and deal with North Korea by hypnotizing them. You know how we're going to deal with Iran and all these countries surrounding us that want to kill us? Hypnotize them. You know how we're going to build relationships with America? Hypnotize them. Yeah, so I guess that's her political position. Israel have hypnotized the world. What is that? Personal. That's what that is. May Allah awaken the people and help them see the evil doings of Israel. Sounds to me like she's came to a conclusion that Israel is evil. Also, did she just, Gizmo, get up here. Did she just insert religion? I mean, now all of a sudden, why ain't nobody questioning how her religious beliefs may compromise her for sitting on the international affairs board or whatever she's on? I'm thinking, wow, perhaps could your religious beliefs and your statement about how Allah should wake up the world and show them how evil Israel is might compromise you for sitting on this board. I got to question Nancy Pelosi's brains. Okay, you get the most radical female Muslim in so you can, meet your quota and say, yeah, look at us, we got us a girl and she's Muslim and look, she's in Congress, so let's stick her on the most sensitive board we can stick her on, the board that actually she'll be getting intel about Israel. Now, I got a feeling this statement right here shows her real feelings towards Israel. Now, I want to swap out some words, and you tell me how you think the Democrats would handle this if I was a senator or a congressman, and I said, the Democrats have hypnotized the world. May Jesus Christ awaken the people and help them see the evil doings of the Democrats. How quick would I be off any committee? How quick would I be kicked out of Congress? How quick would I be boycotted? How quick would they just get me out of my job? They would be at my house. They would be showing up, doxing me, all of that stuff. She gets away with a quote like this and everybody winks. I mean, she's younger, like 5 years ago or something. I mean, come on. Yeah, she could have meant anything. Could have meant what Israel? I mean, she could have meant the other Israel. She could have been talking about a person named Israel. That's all I'm saying. So they're running interference for her. Now check this out. And I'm going to close out with this. You got these three knuckleheads that's about to run for Congress. Here's Bernie's view of it. Now, he's Jewish. That's what's crazy. What I fear is going on in the House now is an effort to target Congresswoman Omar as a way of shifting that debate. That's wrong. Wait a minute. I thought she put the bullseye on herself and said, shoot me when you jump on Twitter and you throw out statements. That's all I'm saying. Who brought this on her? She did. But now all of a sudden, people's targeting her. She's the victim. She's being picked on. It's not her own choices. Yeah. Now, what he is right here is an enabler. That's what he is. An apologist. Let's see what other people have to say about it. Let's go to perhaps another one of the ones we're going to be voting on. Well, at least I'm not going to be voting on this person. Here is well, I guess she's a senator, Kamala Harris. Let's see how she feels, y'all. I am concerned that the spotlight being put on Congresswoman Omar may put her at risk. Really? I mean, you mean anti-Semitic rhetoric aren't putting any of the Jews walking around at risk? Huh? Are you picking sides? That's all I'm saying. Did you put the words in her mouth? Did somebody else put the words in her mouth? No, she did that. That's all I'm saying. Then she said, I also believe there is a difference between criticism of policies or political leaders and anti-Semitism. Now, here's the thing. I don't recall her talking about any policies. She never said, you know what I hate is this particular policy that the Jews have or that Israel have towards whatever. No, it was low blows. It was personal. All about the Benjamins, baby. That's what she was saying. Or people in my own posse or American congressmen and women, they got dual loyalty because of all of that, the lobbying from Israel and all that. Or how about just straight coming out and saying they're evil? They've hypnotized the whole. What policy is she talking about? It sounds like to me she's criticizing the whole country. That's all I'm saying. Israel. She didn't say Netanyahu. She didn't say the government of Israel. She just said Israel. That's what I'm saying. So what is Kamala talking about, and why is anybody checking her on this? And I hope that nobody votes for her. I hope she goes negative. Her, Bernie should really be ashamed of himself. All right. I hope they all go negative. We've never seen this. We've never seen a candidate get minus 5,000 votes. We don't even know how that's possible, but it somehow worked out that way. And then finally, Cory Booker, Bathroom Booker, he can't be outdone. No, Bathroom Booker, not him. Pocahontas can't be outdone. How about this one? Branding criticism of Israel as automatically anti-Semitic has a chilling effect on our public discourse. Threats of violence like those made against Rep. Omar are never acceptable. So branding criticism of Israel as automatically anti-Semitic. Okay, so now all of a sudden, when Trump talked about the government of Mexico allowing people to jump over the border and come across and wasn't doing nothing about it, he was automatically, anti-Mexican. When Trump talked about radical Islam and he said we need to have a ban on certain countries, all of a sudden he became, anti-Muslim. I'm just saying, every time. But see, here's the difference. Trump was attacking policies. That's all I'm saying. He was dealing with protecting America. He was dealing with solving problems. She is simply criticizing Israel. That statement that I read earlier, that Israel has blinded, hypnotized the whole world. She didn't say America. She said the whole world. My gut tells me that it's just my nose. I'm just saying. I'm smelling a little full-blown practicing of the Quran when it comes down to disliking Israel. I'm just smelling it. Now, I'm not saying all Muslims feel that way about Israel, but the ones who do, they are bringing their religious beliefs to everything in their life. It's religious, and it leaks out. It leaked out before she got into Congress, and it's continuing to leak out. Now, what I don't understand, since the Democrats are, champions for everybody and all causes, why haven't they asked some of these ladies that are Muslim and the government about some of our social issues that they all champion on the left? Maybe stick a mic in their face and say, how do you feel about, homosexual marriage? How you feel about those things? How do you feel about some stuff like, what do you feel about the atrocities that some Muslim countries put on the women over there where they can't, Sharia law? How do you feel about Sharia law? How do you feel about them making them wear the burqa and not able to drive in certain countries, and you can beat your wife and all that stuff? How do you feel about those practices in certain countries? You cool with that? Huh? Let's see how they juggle those. Yeah, she sits here and criticizes Israel, but then if you're here to serve Americans' interests and all of their social justice needs and all that stuff, because you're in the Democratic Party. That's the liberal party. So you should be cool with all of their social projects, all the things they deem as the most important thing in America, transgender bathrooms, stuff like that. You should also be cool with that. But my gut tells me that might bump up against your religious beliefs. How would you juggle that? Last I checked, when they went to Muslim bakeries and said, hey, here's two gay guys want to get married, they all said, no, we don't believe in that. Nobody criticized them. Nobody showed up at the job. How do you guys feel about it? That's what I want to know, since you're so vocal about everything else. See, anyway, Democrats are in a mess, and they're trying to clean it up the wrong way. And now all they're doing is exposing that they're the party that projects. Everybody else is racist. They all need to disavow and step down, except when our people do it. None of their people have been stepping down lately. You got the guy down in North Carolina, still running around, or is it South Carolina? No, wait, it's Virginia. He's still running around. The black, he might have it on right now. I put the black face on when I get off work. Yeah, all of that stuff. Nobody disavow. He ain't stepped down. I'm going to step down. None of that. And here she is still out chilling as well. Didn't even take her off the committee. That's crazy, isn't it, Gizmo? And Gizmo, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're embarrassing me on camera. See? You know what? Come here. Anyway, you've been listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner. When you're dealing with a little baby, he can't sit too long in videos. He's like, hey, man, hurry up, dude. I got to pee. Anyway, God bless you. Find me every Wednesday night, 7:30 live in Kevin's Corner. Also, check on YouTube. Also, don't forget to check me out on Facebook, on Twitter, and my blog, Talk Radio Show. And also, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and the notification button. Don't forget to check out Extreme Tees. The link is in the bottom. Click on it, put my name in, Kevin, in the promo. You get a 20% discount. And if you want to donate to Kevin and Kevin's Corner, feel free to do that as well. God bless you, and we will see you next time in Kevin's Corner. Yeah, Gizmo has a built-in fur coat. That's pretty cool, man. Anyway, see you next time in Kevin's Corner.